Ever find yourself wondering where all your money went at the end of the month? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. The budgeting struggle is real, my friends. It's like a game of hide and seek where your money always seems to find the best hiding spots. The first hurdle we often face is tracking expenses. Picture this. You start the month with a paycheck that might as well be a pot of gold. But as days roll by, you're left scratching your head, wondering where all that gold vanished. Did it take a trip to the Bermuda Triangle? Maybe it did. Or maybe, just maybe, it got lost in the maze of those quick coffee runs, online shopping sprees, and those impromptu nights out. Then comes the second challenge, unexpected costs. It's like a surprise party no one wants. Your car breaks down, your computer crashes, or your beloved pet decides to swallow something they shouldn't. These unexpected costs swoop down like uninvited guests and take a hefty bite out of your budget pie. And let's not forget the struggle of saving money. In theory, it sounds simple. Just put aside a portion of your income every month, right? But in reality, it's like trying to save a slice of pizza in a room full of hungry friends. The temptation to spend is strong, and before you know it, your savings account looks more like a ghost town than a treasure chest. These are common problems, yes. But they're not insurmountable. It's like learning to ride a bike. You may fall a few times, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. And trust me, once you master the art of budgeting, it feels as good as cruising down a hill with the wind in your hair. But don't fret, we have some savvy solutions that might just turn your financial woes around. First, we need to understand what budgeting really means. Budgeting, in its most basic form, is the process of creating a plan to spend your money. It's like a financial roadmap, guiding you to your financial goals. It's about understanding the balance between your income, that's the money coming in, and your expenses, the money going out. Now, the ideal situation is to have a surplus, meaning your income is greater than your expenses. But if it's the other way around, and you're running a deficit, don't panic. That's where budgeting comes in. It's about making conscious decisions on where to spend and where to save. Think of it like a diet for your wallet. But unlike those fad diets that make you cut out all the good stuff, budgeting doesn't mean you can't enjoy your money. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're saving enough, but still living a life you love. Budgeting is not about depriving yourself, it's about making your money work for you. Our first tip is simple but crucial. Track your expenses. Yes, you heard it right. It's as simple as that. However, it's surprising how easily this can slip through the cracks. Knowing where your money goes is the first step to effective budgeting. Now, you might be wondering, but how do I track my expenses? Well, there are several ways. You can use budgeting apps. They are the superheroes of our modern age. They help you categorize your spending, and even give you a fancy pie chart showing where your money has disappeared. Not into apps? That's perfectly fine. You can go old school. Keep your receipts, jot down your purchases in a notebook, or even use a spreadsheet if you're feeling a bit tech-savvy. The method isn't what's important, it's keeping track that counts. So the moral of the story, keep your eyes on your money, know where it's going. Remember, you can't manage what you don't measure. Moving on to tip number 2, set realistic goals. You're probably saying, sure, I want to buy a unicorn, but let's bring it back down to earth. Financial goals help us stay focused and motivated. Maybe it's that dream vacation to Hawaii, a shiny new car, or just a cozy nest egg for those rainy days. These are all great goals, but they need to be attainable. If your paycheck is saying compact car, but your heart is screaming luxury sports car, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You don't want to be the person trying to catch a plane while only on a bicycle, right? Setting realistic financial goals is like building a bridge. You wouldn't start by aiming for the other side of the river without first laying the foundation, would you? So, let's take it one brick at a time. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is financial stability. Aim for the stars, but keep one foot on the ground. Now let's dive into tip 3, make a budget plan. Alright, imagine you're a chef in the kitchen. To cook a successful meal, you need a recipe, right? That's the same with your finances, and your recipe is a budget plan. Here's how to whip up a budget that would make Gordon Ramsay proud. Firstly, list your income and expenses. Your income is all the money coming in, like your salary, side hustles, or that 20 bucks you won from the lottery. Your expenses are everything going out, from rent and utilities to the occasional pizza delivery. Next, categorize your costs. You've got your fixed costs, like rent and bills, and your variable costs, like groceries or that shiny new game you've been eyeing. Don't forget about the occasional costs, like birthday gifts or car repairs. Then, allocate money to each category. This is where you decide how much of your income will go towards each category. Remember, the goal is to spend less than you earn. Here's the kicker though, your budget plan isn't set in stone. It needs to have some wiggle room because, let's face it, life happens. Maybe your car breaks down or you get a surprise bill. Your budget should be flexible enough to handle these curveballs. So, create your budget plan, stick to it, but don't be afraid to adjust as needed. A budget plan is like a diet for your wallet. It might not be fun, but it's good for you. Tip 4 is a major key: prioritize saving. You might be wondering, why should I save when there are so many things I want to buy now? Well, let me tell you, saving is like planting a seed today to enjoy the shade of a tree tomorrow. Even if it's just a small amount, every dollar saved is a step towards financial security. You see, the beauty of saving money is that it accumulates over time. You might be surprised how quickly your savings can grow when you consistently put money aside. Now you might be thinking, I can barely make ends meet, how am I supposed to save? Well, there are strategies you can adopt to make saving easier. One of these is setting up automatic transfers to your savings account. This way, you're saving without even thinking about it. It's like having a personal finance fairy who discreetly tucks money away for you. Another strategy is paying yourself first. This means that as soon as you receive your income, you set aside a portion for savings before spending on anything else. Consider this as treating your future self. It's not about depriving yourself today, but about securing a comfortable tomorrow. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. It might not seem like much, but consistently saving even a small amount can lead to a substantial nest egg over time. Saving might feel like a chore, but think of it as buying a piece of your future. Finally, tip number 5. Avoid debt when possible. The allure of credit cards and loans can be tempting, like the siren song of a fast food drive-thru when you're on a diet. But remember, with great borrowing comes great responsibility. Unnecessary debt can lead you down a slippery slope of high interest rates, where the mountain of repayment seems to grow faster than your paycheck. Living within your means might seem like running a marathon with a tortoise pace, but it's a race where the finish line is a life free of financial stress. And isn't that a medal worth striving for? When it comes to borrowing, only take on what you can comfortably pay back. Think of it as a buffet. Don't pile your plate higher than your hunger. Overindulgence can lead to a financial stomachache that's hard to shake off. In the world of finance, prevention is often the best cure. And there you have it, 5 budgeting tips to help you take control of your finances. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? First off, we dove into tracking your expenses. Knowing where your money goes is the first step to successful budgeting. Then we talked about setting realistic goals. It's all about aiming for achievable targets. Next, we moved on to making a budget plan. You know what they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. After that, we touched on prioritizing saving. Remember, a penny saved is a penny earned. Finally, we discussed avoiding debt whenever possible because, let's be honest, owing money can be a real downer. Each of these tips plays a crucial role in your overall financial health, so don't rush. Take time to implement these strategies in your daily life. Remember, money management is a marathon, not a sprint, so take it $1 at a time.